Welcome to Close the Door and Come Here, a Song of Ice and Fire podcast with heavy leanings towards our two favorite characters, Jamie and Brienne. Hi, I'm Clotho. You can find me at Clotho Spindle on Blue Sky. And today I'm joined with Devin.
Hey, this is Devin, GB Harpo on Blue Sky.
Chicky.
Hey, I am Chicky, and I'm Chicky on Blue Sky.
And Guile.
Hey, I'm Guile and Subterfuge on Blue Sky.
Okay, we're going to be discussing the second part of the Mystery Night from A Night of the Seven Kingdoms. All our usual trigger warnings for any discussions that might include the topics of rape and violence, and and always potential for any spoilers might come up. So we last left off with Dunk excusing himself from the wedding reception. He got pretty drunk at this point. Basically, he needs to go pee. And he's going to find Egg at first.
I gotta say, okay, I love how Dunk, at any opportunity to drink on someone else's dime, he always gets drunk. I really appreciate that about him. Every time. He's like, there's an open bar at this wedding? I'm in.
And he's like, thinks about, Sir Arlen always says never turn down a chance because it might be the last wine you'll get for I don't know how many.
Yeah.
We can't blame him for that. So
Nope. And I love how he wants to try everything too. He's like, I gotta wait and try the Hippocras too. Like,
oh gosh. So he gets turned around, and at some point, he's ends up going behind some bushes. It sounds like they're behind this, he describes it as a flight of pale stone steps, and goes to pee. And during this, he hears a door open, followed by some footfalls, and he recognizes Sir Gorman's voice. And I'm just going to read this little bit because I don't know, I felt it was difficult to just explain all of what's in here. Okay, so Bittersteel be buggered, insisted a familiar voice. No bastard can be trusted, not even him. A few victories will bring him over the water fast enough, Lord Peak. Dunk held his breath. And his piss. Easier to speak of victories than win them. This speaker had a deeper voice than Peak, a bass rumble with an angry edge to it. Old Milkblood expected the boy to have it, and so will all the rest. Glib words and charm cannot make up for that. A dragon would, the prince insists, the egg will hatch. He dreamed it, just as he once dreamed his brother's dead. A living dragon will win us all the swords we want. A dragon is one thing, a dream's another. I promise you, Bloodraven is not off dreaming. We need a warrior, not a dreamer. Is the boy his father's son? Just do your part, as promised, and let me concern myself with that. Once we have Butterwell's gold and the swords of House Frey, Harrenhal will follow, then the Brackens. Otho knows he cannot hope to stand. And that's what he overheard.
Just all the treason you could need all in one tiny little conversation.
Why would they do that out in the open?
Let's get out of here, dog.
Oh, God.
They didn't see you, didn't hear you. That you just heard what they said. And I know you're drunk. You're very drunk right now.
The
but
incompetence
even still,
of it all. Why?
I know, they're all such bumbling idiots. It's amazing they ever got anything done.
Yeah, let's go outside and talk about this where anyone could be.
That's it. It's like out in the open. What are you thinking?
But don't they think they're among friends, though? Just based on, who they've invited.
But they know they're not because they're bribing people and stuff to
Yeah, that's true.
behave a certain way in the tourney. So I don't know.
He's
They're
feeling
just
touchable. I don't know. Yeah. And so he emerges from the bushes. He's really confused because also he's so drunk. He's thinking he can't even make sense of this. He even in his I think best mind, this is obviously, he didn't know who the second person was. So it's kind of a jumble in his head.
Honestly, as drunk as he is, it's amazing that he could hold his piss. That's almost the most impressive thing about this whole
Had
scene.
the same thought. One, he was peeing for so long, and then you had to hold it, and I was just like, "There's no way you can't be."
It would have echoed if he had kept peeing. They would have heard it.
But yeah, to be able to hold it that long while being that drunk that's quite impressive.
That's why I got 4 pages in the white book.
Oh my god. So when he goes back into the hall, this is just this wedding. It sounds a lot of fun actually, but it's like they just describe like all the course. It's like the last course had already been served by the time he gets back, and then this was funny. They said Lord Frey's daughters. As soon as I heard it, I had to look up because I was like, I know this is an '80s song. I forgot it was a U2 song. Two hearts, the beat is
Three
one.
was one, yeah.
Oh,
Did you know there's a
yeah.
whole,
Oh my
there's a whole like
God.
fan theories around this? I didn't know this. Like, funny.
There are?
Yes, they think it has to do with like Rhaegar and Lyanna, and then it's also, and I did not know this. This is what I look. It's sung 4 times. I look at that like Search of Ice and Fire, but like it's sung in scenes where like the relationships like during Lysa and was it oh my god, Jesus Christ, that Baelish when they get married, like scenes where the relationship is not as it appears to be.
Okay.
There's always, or someone's not who they appear to be. So it's like, and I think the other one was with Gilly and Sam and the baby, and then I forgot the other 2, but there's like 4 different scenes, and they're all
Ramsay and the fake
r-
Arya. Yeah.
it's like clues to like things. So apparently it's
Oh
clues
my
to
God.
Mystery Night. Yeah, I know. What the
I've never
hell?
heard this before.
I was just like, that sounds like an '80s. Like, what? He's so crazy.
Wow, that's crazy.
It's a good song though. So, and I forgot the other song. I think they were singing other, but they also mentioned they
Oh,
sing
the
it very
Bear and the
badly.
Maiden Fair, they
Oh
sing.
yes. How could I forget this? So these are like key things here, and like this is funny. But he says the girls get sick, and the wine keeps flowing. As the wine keeps flowing, he keeps thinking about he's thinking about both Tansel and Lady Rohan, but he was like, "Oh, do they ever think of me?" And um, it seems to me like he might think a little bit more about Tansel here, but I don't
He
know. Maybe
definitely thinks more about
Definitely,
Tenzel.
okay,
because I was surprised by how much he was thinking about Tansel. I was
No,
like, oh wow, I
because
didn't remember this.
I mean, because Rohan's married, and
Mhm.
Tansel's not necessarily lost to him.
Yeah, more evidence Tansel will
Yeah.
pop back up in the
Yes.
Uh-huh.
And so his little musings are interrupted by more just drunken festivities, and he's very drunk, and like the bedlam starts, the chanting, and uh Butterwell is so drunk he can't lift the bride, and John the fiddler and is like yelling out, "Let the giant carry her!" And he's stirring a stew with that. And next thing Dunk knows is like the sort of crowd is pushing. He's carrying the bride. The crowd is pushing him up the stairs. Um, after they're stripping off clothes. It's so crazy. By the time they get to the top, and I think there's a story at one point in here about how that they were talk about something. She had sex with somebody. That's why they were getting rid of her, or not
Yeah.
marrying her off
Yeah.
because
She gets caught with a
right?
scullion or something. And
Well, Walder Frey,
yeah.
little
Is
boy
catches-
Walder Frey, catches her
Oh God!
and
Was it?
screams so loud that's why she's caught.
Oh my
And that's why they're
gosh.
marrying her off.
And they
'cause she
were
doesn't-
Oh,
having
my.
sex on like the thing where they would roll out the dough, so they were all covered in flour.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, so she got stuck with this now.
I gotta say, one of the hardest things to believe about this whole novella is that she is as cool with being married off to this old man as she is. Like,
Right.
she's kind of like laughing. She doesn't seem bothered really at all.
She seems
Right.
way too
As a
innocent. I was
15-year-old,
"That's
right?
not-
Yeah.
That doesn't
Right.
seem correct at
No,
all.
like this like as described though, the castle seems really nice. Like
Maybe,
Butterwell, amongst all of the treasoners, Butterwell's like the mildest, honestly. Like he's pretty, like yeah, he's older, but like she could have done way worse. Like any member of her own family worse,
That's true. That's
I
So
mean,
she might
maybe
just be
it's
happy to
worth
be
it
getting out
just-
of the twins.
Well, just to
Oh,
get away from
right.
little Walder. I mean,
Get away from
honestly.
the brother. Yeah.
right. This is like the high life. Yeah, maybe. God. Oh man. So so he plops her off into the bed, and he's trying to get the heck, but he notices the egg, and it's like on this, it's like sounds like an art exhibit, like it's on its own plinth, it has a little cushion, it's right there on display. And he, I guess not really think, he picks it up, and he's, you know, feeling it, and he's caught off guard by a knight. Like, he didn't know the knight was, I'm sure there's plenty of people in the room here by now, but he puts it back and he shoves past the guy. And basically, he can hear them bring Lord Butterwell up in the sort of same reverse scenario with him, and he doesn't want to have to deal with any of this. So he goes upwards, and he's going up the tower, and he ends up on the roof.
I love that he has not learned the lesson about going to like isolated places where no one else is. Like, Dunk, work with us here.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, and it's just wild to think like people just be roaming around this castle. Nobody know anywhere. Or that they just have the egg out in the open like that. Like it's just kind of
when you're doing the betting, when everybody who's involved with that is coming into the room, like that doesn't seem smart.
And it's priceless. This priceless thing.
Right. So when he's up there, Sir John the Fiddler comes up behind him and comments how the castle almost looks like snow. And he, asks him if he's ever seen the wall. And Dunk tells him that's where they're headed after this. And, John sort of lamenting, oh, I wish I could join you. And Dunk is confused and asks, he's like, why are you up here? And John tells him that he's avoiding Alan, but he also followed him because I dreamed of you. Recurring theme here. And Dunk gets the strange deja vu feeling, not obviously, and I'm sure the drunkenness. And Fiddler tells him that he dreamed Dunk was in the King's Guard, and he continues telling him how he dreamed a dragon burst from its egg, and he describes it as in this pale white castle, just as he had once dreamed of his brother's death. He offers to make Dunk, and brothers too, the two brothers, like a plural brothers. He offers to make Dunk his own man and raise him high.
Oh God.
It's like a lot. And
let's start at the beginning. Like clearly Damon definitely does want Dunk and his king guards. That definitely is part of this, but the double entendres here are so heavy. Oh my God.
I know we joke, but there's no way he doesn't want to fuck Dunk.
No, he 100% wants to fuck Dunk.
Oh gosh.
From the beginning. I
would right there.
Some lances with you. Like what else are we talking about here?
Yeah, no, it's the only thing we could possibly be talking about. This absolutely is like, and it's like not subtle at all.
I did find interesting here and a couple of other times throughout where Dunk just out of hand dismisses he could ever be on the King's Guard. And it's like, you do realize your squire is a prince. It's not entirely like, yes, a lot would have to happen, but it is not out of the realm of possibility that you could one day be in the King's Guard.
All right.
Not at all. I guess it's just a testament to how good a person Dunk is, that he never does think of how he can use his like friendship with Egg to kind of, vault himself into the upper echelons of Westeros. He just never thinks about it at all.
Are we not going to say the best lines here? Like when Dunk's going to go to bed, he says, I'm drunk as a dog, and the fiddler says, be my dog, sir. The night promise. We can howl together and wake the very gods. That's like some unheated. Yes. Isn't that like some unheated Is it unheated rivalry? What's the game?
Heated rivalry.
Oh, also it's so you mentioned that. Yes. Terrible show. But did you see, like, I've seen clips of it, and like the clip where they're on the roof, they're getting ready to do something on the roof, is just like
howl like the dogs.
Oh God.
Just think how terrible unheated rival. But it's like unheated. It's ice hockey. Like I don't know.
Oh my God.
Oh gosh.
Unheated rivalry.
Oh God. So yeah, it's. I know I should have read that whole thing out, but so.
I'll never forget when the guys, the Devil's Fingers podcast, were reading this. Like, totally missed it.
They missed it?
They missed it.
Like the double entendre situation.
I think they missed that Fiddler was hitting on Duncan.
Oh,
God.
what?
And it was
Oh,
like
wow.
so
That's
wholesome
wild.
and like kind of wholesome and sweet though. Like, oh my god, you guys.
It is so obvious because I
To
feel
be
like right.
To be
something's
fair, I'm pretty sure the first time through we missed that Maynard Plum was actually Blood Ravens. Shit happens.
Oh gosh. Oh man. So basically, so what is it this part? Lord Gorman interrupts this and has two men at arms with him. And they want to, they're escorting, base want to escort John the Fiddler back to, and so before he says goodnight, the Fiddler claims, okay, that's the part where he claims he hoped to joust with him. And so that was why I skipped it all. But after they're alone, Gorman warns Dunk not to put his hand in the dragon's mouth. That it's a threat. And Dunk's just
Right,
so
in the
drunk.
context. In the context of what's come before, it's really funny, actually.
Oh God, it is. Yeah, but he's still, again, he's so drunk. A lot of the stuff is just like, what? He's just, and he mentions it because doesn't he vomit? Oh yeah, he vomits. Didn't he vomit up there? Like, did he vomit now or some other scene I'm
Yeah.
thinking?
Later.
Okay, later.
on.
Okay. So Egg, he goes down, finds Egg, and Egg set up like their modest tent beneath the western walls, and they had the sense to I was thinking, they can talk about something. Like he set it a little bit apart from the other fancier
Oh,
pavilions.
can you go back because there's a really funny part that you.
No, totally. What was?
After all of this, like there's still people partying in the hall. So Dunk goes back, and the only ones left is Plum, and he wants to know if he just asks if there are any flour on her tits.
Yes. Oh my God. So Blood Raven was funny.
Blood Raven is really funny.
Absolutely hilarious.
Yeah, he has a few really just funny as shit things in here.
Like he does a really good job of capturing that feeling of the wedding, at the reception, just all the bad shit stuff that
feels like it goes on forever. Like God, they're still going at it.
Yeah, you can imagine you go outside, you can hear the music and oh gosh. I'm glad you pointed that out because it ties back into what we were talking about with her and the baker,
the baker or whatever. Yeah,
it was. So he finds Egg inside this their little tent, and he's reading, and he's looking through a book of sigils. So he's searching through, and it seems to be he's pointing out that all these men have fought for the Black Dragon, a lot of them, and during this, Dunk asks why his lip is bloody, and Egg's they called his other kinslayer, and it sounded like a lot of the other squires were pretty much adults or older, so he was kind of out there with
No, I love this about Egg, that he's just
cruisers.
All alone in this courtyard, fighting it out with these other squires who are twice his size.
Gosh. Yeah, I mean, especially with this crowd, with the whole treason thing, I imagine it would be impossible for him to not hear anything. And gosh.
Yeah, I mean, there's kind of a whole thread.
He has to say something.
Yeah, he can't not say something at a certain point. I love how there's kind of a whole thread through this novella where you really, even more so than the other two that came before this, get a sense that Egg is having his own story while this is going on, and you get kind of glimpses of it, and here's a piece of it where he's got the bloody nose and he's doing this research in the book, looking up to see, exactly which houses it is that he thinks he's seeing, and making sure that he's right, that that these are all people who fought for the Blackfires before.
Right, he's sussing out this whole thing.
Yeah.
This was the first this read. I was like, oh, it would have been nice to follow Egg for a bit,
right?
See, what exactly was going on, with his story.
Yeah. My daughter started reading the novellas, and she actually pointed that out. She's like, "Oh, what's really interesting that I like about the show? I like the novella. She's enjoying it, but I don't think she's quite finished the first one." But she's like, I like that I've seen a little bit more of Egg's side because she felt like there wasn't enough, which we get it, it's from Dunk's point of view, but it's like, yeah, it would be interesting to see more of, what the little things that are happening when, Dunk's not with Egg, and maybe we'll get some of that. Yeah. So yeah, we get back to this. He reminds him words are wind, and you know, it's like that's at that point. This is when Egg sort of breaks it. This is a traitor's tourney. Like he's like, you're, and Dunk is sort of getting, I think he's getting angry because he doesn't want to feel like I'm assuming he doesn't want to feel like he kind of walked them into this because he's insisting, no, that was years ago, and I don't know how you feel like, but it seemed like he's kind of trying to be in denial about it a little bit.
Yeah.
It's funny. It's funny kind of looking to, if you think about the progression of Dunk from where he was in the Sorn's Sword, where he couldn't stand the idea that he was serving someone who had been for Daemon Blackfire, to now where he's kind of wanting to make excuses and kind of gloss over people who might have been rebels. I mean, he really kind of wants to like give people the benefit of the doubt and let them move on. They are not willing to move on in this story. He's he's actually hitting people who are still really traitorous. But I mean, you kind of see a little bit of Dunk's own growth where he's not maybe having such a black and white view of the morality of what happened, at least in the first Blackfire Rebellion.
Yeah. And and at this point he insists that, he's gonna enter the lists, and he tells, Egg to like sign him up under the Gallows Knight is going to be after his shield's going to be his name. And then kind of we go right to next days. Sounds even hotter. Everyone, and he makes the comment, everyone, including the horses, are foul-tempered. Like everyone's in a bad mood. It's just
such
atrocious.
a good job of portraying how hot it was.
Yes,
because I was like, oh my god.
To be fair, I don't know that it was that hot. It's that Dunk was really hungover.
Or maybe, yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah, that too.
Oh, right.
Like I think he does a great job of showing what it's like that summer hungover day where you're like, oh.
That's a good point. Oh man. He's saying the crowd was like the cheers are short and thin. He's roasting in his armor, waiting for his turn. Egg has continued to try to stop him. Like he's like, you are better, you're better with a sword than a lance. He ends up, I don't know if anybody he ends up losing this he's put against Sir Uther Underleaf. I don't know if was that something where, I guess because it was just he had just signed up. I don't know if we find out later about. I know we find out what's going on, but I don't know if that was something that was. I don't think that was necessarily surprising to him. But he ends up waking in the cellar 4 hours later. That surprised.
Yeah.
So.
I love how it's just like one thing to the next. Like he's just like lights out.
Oh gosh, yeah. I mean. Egg was right. Maester's taking care of him and tells him that his fiddling friend, as he calls it, said that he's given him the best care. So Dunk briefly goes back to the lists, and he's stumbling around. It clearly has a horrendous concussion on top being hungover, and horribly, just all this stuff, like a mess.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of incredible that he's like up and walking. Did he say it had been like 4 hours and he just gets up and just walks out?
Yeah.
After being passed out for 4 hours?
Yeah.
Dear God.
It's a mess. I mean, he could have died. Like, I just think, who knows? Anything. So he gets there in time to see Fiddler unseat. So Franklin Frey, I believe. And Dunk's feeling obviously unwell. And he goes to find, I guess, some water. So he's going to find a well. I'm assuming that's to get some water and rehydrate. And he meets Kyle the cat talking to Maynard Plum. And Maynard advises him to take his horse and his armor and flee. And he's like, Dunk's like, no, like even a hedge knight has honor. I'm not gonna because he's forfeited his, I guess when he lost the round, he forfeits his armor and horse. Maynard's trying to get, another hint here. He's trying to get through to him that they're going to both be killed if they stay. Like you get out of here with your squire, and so he's not listening. And
Yeah. Oh, and I love this from Bloodraven, where he's like, "Well, this was all fun and games, but it's getting really serious, so you need to get out of here now."
Right. I mean, that's kind of cool that he was giving them a war. You know what I mean? Trying to get them to safety.
Yeah.
And like, is this Kyle has already like Kyle threw his match to the Lord that he thought he would serve, and then it turned out the Lord's like, why would I want someone who sucks serving me?
Yeah.
So he's like totally despondent now.
Yeah. Another good example of how like on the edge of like real poverty all of these hedge knights are at all time. Like you lose one tourney and can't ransom your stuff back. You're just kind of screwed.
Yeah.
So, Egg is relieved when he finally sees Dunk return, suggests that they go back to Summerhall for more horses and more armor then if he won't, take his back. And Dunk insists that he's going to go, they have to bring that armor and thunder to Sir Uther. And when he goes inside the tent, he finds Sir Uther counting coins with a squire. And, I think at one point here he's looking at the coins and he notices there's like is there like I guess trader coins or something he mentions and
yes.
So someone has given him that and he tries there's this lengthy conversation here and is slowly making it known to Dunk what the heck is going on and he tries to make a deal to get Dunk to work with him, and he uses the term as a mystery knight. They'd go on tournaments and basically like go to tournaments, and Dunk would purposely lose, and they split the gambling winnings. And because
to be fair, Dunk wouldn't have to purposely lose.
That's a good point.
And he says they need to do this at like 20 different tourneys. That seems like such a commitment. Jeez.
But I mean, without social media, like it's not like word's gonna get around that fast. I mean, it's actually like a great idea. I mean, obviously Dunk would never do it, but it's a fantastic idea.
Yeah. I know, and people be entertained, right. Nobody get hurt. Oh gosh.
Okay, so one other underrated thing I like here is that when Uther's trying to teach his squire like what's wrong with the coin, like the counterfeit coin that he was given, this rebel coin, and he tosses it to Dunk, thinking Dunk's another knight, and Dunk's like looking at it, and Dunk. We know that Dunk couldn't read, right? We knew before this that he couldn't read. But he had said that Egg had been trying to teach him, I think, for the last couple of novellas. And he does finally spot the difference between Damon and Darren on the coin. So he must be slightly starting to learn how to read. I feel like there must be he must be going somewhere with that.
That's cool. Yay, Egg. Oh gosh. So Dunk responds like, oh, okay, this is why you have the snail on your shield. You're no true knight. So he's not about to do any of that. And Uther calls him a fool and informs him that this is when he breaks into him that he was given 6 gold dragons just to unseat Dunk. And the person offered him 4 more if he killed him. And Dunk's trying to find out who did this. And he won't, he won't say anything else except he leaves them with this. And I'll read this last little bit here before we wrap up. But it's, Prince Baylor was well loved. The Bright Prince had friends as well, friends who would not have forgotten the cause of his exile. Think on my offer, sir. The snail may leave a trail of slime behind him, but a little slime will do a man no harm, while if you dance with dragons, you must expect to burn. So his little warning to Dunk.
I mean, Uther is, like the smartest guy in other than Maynard Plum, I feel like Uther's the smartest guy in this castle.
Because he's not in on any of this, right? He's just doing his own thing.
No, I'm just making a buck.
And he leaves before the shit goes down too.
Oh, that's right, he does, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I mean, I kind of hope hopefully we see him again someday because again, like great scam.
Oh, right.
Well, and I love this little nugget about Arian having friends who might be wanting to avenge him and get vengeance. I mean, that's obviously not actually what is happening in this specific case, but it feels like it probably wasn't dropped in there for no reason.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and And just like that last, if you dance with dragons, you must expect to burn. I mean, that
Oh
just
God.
knowing how
Oh.
Dunk and Egg story,
Stop it.
and
Oh,
just in general, if I mean, yeah, you dance with dragons, probably gonna burn
oh
one
God.
way
Yeah.
or another.
Oh gosh. Oh my god. Do we have any mail for this section?
Yes, we do. We have one piece of mail from Gray Sleep Near on Tumblr. Hope I pronounced that correctly. Hello, hello, listener of the pod since the dawn of time here, 2015. Would you guys be interested in discussing the parallels of I Dreamed of You between Dunk and the Targs, Darren and Damon, and JB? As in tragedy for the Targs and likely tragedy for the Lannisters. Thanks, and thanks for the pod.
Since 2015, that is a long time. Thank you.
Yeah. God.
Thank you.
Yeah, we might be. We've been looking for like some special Patreon exclusives. That might not be a bad idea to talk about the I Dreamed of You thing.
Yeah. There's definitely a lot there. There's so much.
Yeah.
There's just so many, all the parallels and all the, yeah, it's like filled with.
Well, and clearly George is addicted to this line, so
Yeah.
It's probably I'm sure it's gonna come up. I feel like he has so many. I mean, and that's the thing. I mean, it's not just. I mean, I'm assuming there's other people that have like the site, so I'm sure he might hear it from other people. We'll see in the future novellas. But. Okay. Any last thoughts about this, second section before we move on?
Hey, Dunk, let's leave. Let's just go.
let's go.
That was a hard head.
I gotta say, I mean, one of the best things about these novellas is, George is funny in the main series. There are some very funny moments in the main series, but I feel like he just cranks the dial so much in the novellas. So even when bad things happen, it's still just really fun.
Yes, he gets to be hilarious throughout. Like,
Right.
and it just makes it so much fun.
Yeah, it's a good time.
Definitely makes it also enjoyable to read. Okay. You can reach us at closethedoor and at gmail.com, on Tumblr at close the door and come here at tumblr.com. Submit questions to the chapter threads in the Jamie and Brienne subreddit. Follow us in Blue Sky at close the door and bluesky.social. And please like, review, subscribe to us on Apple Podcasts, Podbean, and wherever you listen. And support us on Patreon at Close the Door. I'm closing the door. Get out.